Bringing Up Bates star Carlin Bates Stewart has caught her little troublemaker, Zade, in the act. She took to social media to share a new photo with fans, and it's one that many can relate to as parents. Now that her son is really on the move, he's getting into all kinds of trouble. Scroll down to see what the mom of two caught her youngest doing this week. What's the latest update on Zade Stewart? Zade is the second child of Carlin and Evan Stewart. The little guy was born in March 2022, so he celebrated his birthday in the spring. Now, he's 16 months old and really on the move. Fans often can't believe how quickly he's growing up. It looks like he loves to play with his sister, Layla, 3, and explore, sometimes getting into trouble. Below, you can see an adorable snap of Zade and Layla while on vacation earlier this month. Despite being home from vacation now, it looks like Zade is still having a blast, though Carlin may not feel the same way about his latest stunt. Carlin Bates Stewart catches her little troublemaker in the act. On her Instagram stories this week, Carlin shared a new snap of her son Zade. In the photo, the little guy is sitting on the bathroom floor. He's surrounded by toilet paper, which he has just unrolled all over the floor. He is holding a nearly empty roll in his hands. As Carlin caught her little one in the act, he smiled big for the camera, looking as happy as ever and showing off his tiny teeth. So he certainly knows how to turn on the charm and get himself out of trouble. You can see the adorable photo below. She kept her caption simple, just adding eyeball emojis to draw attention to her son. Zade isn't even 1.5 yet, so there are plenty more messes for him to make and things for him to get into. It looks like this little troublemaker will be keeping his parents on their toes. His personality is really starting to show through, and he seems to be very active. Keep an eye on Carlin's Instagram page and YouTube channel to see what the little guy is up to as he grows up. Even without Bringing Up Bates airing, fans have lots of ways to remain a part of the family members' lives. So, can you relate to Carlin Bates Stewart as she caught her toddler playing with the toilet paper? What do you think of this adorable photo of the little troublemaker? Sound off in the comments section below, and come back to TV Shows Ace for more news about the bringing up of all of the Bringing Up Bates family members. Carlin Bates Stewart is one of the most active on social media. While she seems to be pretty tech-savvy, fans do find some of her activity cringy. What is Carlin doing these days that has raised questions among her followers? If you follow Carlin on social media, you may know that she does a good job of keeping fans in the loop about what's going on in her life. She shares regular Instagram posts and stories. She and her husband, Evan Stewart, also have their own YouTube channel where they share weekly videos. Much of Carlin Bates' content is about her two kids, Zade, almost 7 months, and Layla, 2.5 years. Recently, Bringing Up Bates fans have accused the couple of exploiting their two young kids. And now, fans are discussing some of her cringy social media activity. Carlin Bates called out for cringy social media activity. Why? Bringing Up Bates fans took to Reddit to discuss something that Carlin does on social media. One fan posted a tweet about making social media profiles for your children. Carlin has created accounts for both of her kids, though they are both very young and can't use Instagram for at least another decade. Someone else chimed in and said, "I hate when influencers do this in general, it's so bizarre." They also said it's weird and unnecessary. Another said they think that Carlin Bates does this for attention. They wrote, "Notice she is the only sibling that does this, and just so happens is the main Bates kid that seeks attention the most." None of the other Bates grandchildren have their own social media profiles like Carlin's kids do. You can see what Layla's and Zade's Instagram pages look like. Carlin Bates doesn't post too often on their accounts, but shares updates about her kiddos here and there. Typically, when she posts from their accounts, she will write the captions from the kids' perspectives instead of her own. For example, when Zade was born, Carlin wrote from Layla's perspective, as you can see below. So, what do you think of Carlin Bates creating social media accounts for her young kids? Do you think it's cringy? Sound off in the comments section below, and come back to TV shows Ace for more bringing up Bates news. You can check out one of Carlin and Evan's recent YouTube videos. Are the Duggar and Bates families only pretending to be patriotic? Fans are calling their actions into question and putting them on blast. Keep reading to see what sparked this discussion and find out what fans think of it all. If you're a fan of either family, you may know that they are alike in some ways. Kelly Jo and Gil Bates have 19 kids, as do Jim, Bob, and Michelle. They both homeschooled their kids and raised them in a somewhat sheltered, conservative environment. Many of the kids from each family are still friends today. Some of the guys are involved in the Medic Corps, which is a nonprofit dedicated to disaster relief. Carlin Bates Stewart and Joyanna Duggar Forsyth are besties and typically see each other a couple of times each year. Another similarity is that both families also had TV shows. Now, their series have all come to an end, but fans are still paying attention to their social media posts. After reflecting on their typical social media activity, some fans are questioning just how patriotic the two families actually are. Now, some are convinced that it's all an act. So, what's all of this about? Fans accuse the Duggar and Bates families of pretending to be patriotic. In a new anonymous confession on the Duggar Bates Confessions page on Instagram, one fan called out both families for pretending to be patriotic. The fan noted that the families are often posting content on Memorial Day and Independence Day. They think that the two families seem very patriotic in this sense. However, they pointed out that none of them have ever served in the armed forces. They then said that this annoys them and that their patriotism should encourage at least one person to serve. In the comments section of the post, other fans agreed with this sentiment. Someone said, "I have to agree with you. There would have been at least one." Another thought that one of the kids could have served to get away from their family's strict beliefs. However, that hasn't been the case so far. One fan teased, "They prefer to play pretend soldiers at alert camp." So, do you agree with fans that the Duggar and Bates families are just pretending to be patriotic? Or do you think they truly are? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. And come back to TV shows Ace for more news about both families.